The group that were inducted last week were sort of quite diverse. You've got Bright Simons, who has developed an app. So in Ghana, you can check prescription medication. He was saying that actually you've got a 2 in 3 chance of buying medication that could kill you in sort of some of the African countries, to world leaders and politicians and me as an ex-athlete. So it was incredible to be with this group of people. But it makes you realise that however much you've done up to now, you have to keep going. You have to keep doing more to try and bring about change for other people.
Yeah, well, since stepping into politics and entering the House of Lords, equality has been something which you have fought to improve. Is there any aspect of inequality that we have won? How do you think? Have we in any field kind of sorted out the issue?
No, I don't think we have. I mean, we've definitely made great strides, and it's great at the moment. You know, we're talking about the gender pay gap for women. I mean, that's really important. But we're not talking about black and minority ethnic pay gap. We're certainly not talking about disability pay gap. And actually, the employment rates for disabled people are twice the national average. So, although things have got better, there's still a long way we need to go to make sure that we have an equal society, or equality of opportunity as well.
Yeah, you've talked a lot about certainly transport in London. We know that we have, in some situations, old infrastructure. The tube isn't particularly friendly for people with disabilities. But trains as well. What needs to be done there? We talk a lot about the train problems, but are they listening? Are the operators listening to you and to others?
I think it's a big challenge. I mean, if you look at London, I mean, it's an amazing city. 1/3 of the tube network is accessible. You've got every black cab is wheelchair accessible. All the buses are, but the greater network of trains is not there yet. So, disabled people can be left on trains or are being told they can't travel on certain trains. In the north, there's 1/3 of the trains that there's a new service in that disabled wheelchair users won't be allowed to get on. So, if we want disabled people in work, part of the economy, being useful part of society, transport is really important to that. And actually, I don't think it's a lot to fix. It's actually just the people who run the train companies need to sit and listen and put a tiny amount of investment in to make sure that this works.
Yeah, a part of your speech on Friday was talking about how others at the time when you were younger told your parents, actually, well, Tanni won't be able to do this and that. For young people now with disabilities, are they being given the right kind of steer, the right push to say you can achieve whatever you want, or do they still have people within their lives saying, well, you probably won't be able to do that?
I think we still have a lot of that. I mean, I was lucky. My dad was an architect, so he understood how inaccessible the world was, and actually for me to have an independent life, what I needed to do, and he was a big driving force behind that. But I still think a lot of disabled people are told, oh, it's very difficult, maybe you shouldn't try, you don't want to be disappointed. And then it's about having those open doors, and making sure that the access is there for transport, that businesses are open-minded. The government is trying really hard to make sure that those opportunities are there. But actually, it needs to be at an individual level. The people who are recruiting, the people who run the transport companies, all this, we just need to be much more open. It's about getting the best talent. And actually, as a nation, for us to go forward and to be competitive in a very, quick changing world, we need to get the best talent. At the moment, I don't think we're doing that.